I'm Neil, and I'm the teacher.
And I'm Sean, and I'm the deal maker.
Together, we're the Rise Guys.
Welcome. Real estate fraud is not some petty crime. It is often a sophisticated, organized operation with a whole cast of players, complex schemes, and consequences that ripple out from a single bad transaction all the way to a global financial crisis. Today, we are going behind the scenes to show you exactly how these fraud rings work. You can boil all the complex fraud schemes down into two main buckets. First is value inflation fraud, where the goal is to trick a lender into giving a way bigger mortgage than the property is actually worth. The fraudster pockets the difference. The second type is title fraud, where a criminal literally steals ownership of a property to cash out its equity. They forge documents, take over the owner's identity, and target high-value homes that do not have a mortgage. Here's the key insight. One person cannot pull off a sophisticated fraud scheme alone. It takes multiple professional participants all working together. A mastermind running the show, a real estate professional, an appraiser, a mortgage pro, a lawyer, and a straw buyer, someone who gets paid to basically rent out their good credit in their name. Every single one of these roles is crucial. If you take just one of them out, the whole scheme falls apart. In the late 80s and 90s, the financial world started bundling mortgages together to sell as investments. Many of those underlying loans were based on totally fraudulent applications. When the market turned and those homeowners started to default, the money just stopped flowing. Those securities became worthless and financial institutions around the globe started to fail. In Canada alone, mortgage fraud costs hundreds of millions of dollars every single year. It erodes public trust, tarnishes honest professionals, and makes it harder for everyone to get a loan. So could you be unknowingly recruited into a fraud ring? Fraudsters are always looking for professionals to use, whether you are a willing partner or just a careless one. Be wary of property values that do not make sense. Watch for intense pressure to rush a deal. Ask yourself, who are all these unfamiliar people suddenly involved? And if any of the paperwork feels off, it probably is. Trust your gut on this one. Here is your 3-step plan. Step 1 is awareness. Just knowing these schemes exist is half the battle. Step 2, trust your instincts. If a deal feels wrong in your gut, it probably is. Step 3 is the most important one. Report it right away. Your first call is always to your broker. The stakes for getting this wrong are incredibly high. RECA can fine you up to $25,000 per offense. You could face suspension or permanent cancellation of your license. And if you are knowingly involved, you could be looking at criminal charges with prison sentences of up to 14 years. Knowing how these rings operate, who is involved, and what to look for, that is your number one shield. This is not just about protecting the market. It is about protecting your clients, your reputation, and your entire career. RECA is crystal clear on this. Every single professional has a direct responsibility to actively detect and prevent mortgage fraud. So the real question is, how are you going to use this awareness? New webinar summary every week. Subscribe so you never miss one.